In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a rustic 2x4 look foo-foo. Making stuff, and he was like, I made this to sell. I was like, honey, it's a piece of wood off the ground out back of the barn. I'm going to have to make this foo-foo. I'm not rustic. I'm doing boho, eclectic, or embellished. Okay, it's awesome. I'm just not a rustic girl. It is. So I gotta functify it. I gotta embellish it. I gotta soften it. It's just a scrap 2x4. But I thought, you know, if you're rustic, you're ready to go. It's good. So you just get some chain, and he takes some needle nose pliers, makes it the length you want, and some eye hooks. That's what those are called. I'm not gonna demo how to do that, okay? But you would probably need to pre-drill, and then you have these and they screw into the wood. Drill bit, smaller than your screw, and then you get busy. Actually, probably, he drilled all the way through for that one. So we're gonna put some iron orchid molds on here. Will they go in the Oklahoma hot, crazy, cold thing? Yes, yes they will, and they'll hold up. So you can use outdoor glue. I have good luck with this. I haven't had them fall off, and if they fall off, I'm just gonna stick them back on. Do not use hot glue. That doesn't work. A craft store sign with hot glue and left it in the barn, and it just like all of it fell. Okay, so I am taking Walking on Water. I can't get over this color. It's one of our new release in the clay formula of DIY. I have all the products I use in the description box and mail out really quick. I'm just putting one coat. This wood was so dry and DIY paint so heavily pigmented, it covered in one coat. You can do two if you want. Now, you do need to seal our paint with either water-based top coat, our big top, or liquid patina, or our wax. Now, if it's 100 degrees outside, you'd want that wax to be cured for about 30 days before you put it out there. So, just FYI. Have I done it before then and been okay? Yeah. But don't take your furniture freshly waxed the day of the craft show you're doing in the Oklahoma weather and let it melt. Okay? Yeah. Hang it up, hang some pots off of it, hang a couple of pots off of it, and then hang a solar light off. The endless option. Okay, I didn't know if I was going to paint the chain or not. It's brassy gold kind of looking, and it ended up looking kind of like a verde, and it looked really good. So I went ahead and painted it. You can paint metal, glass, wood, fabric, all sorts of things with the DIY paint. Now, if you're doing fabrics and metal and some different things, you might, you could do some different things to it to make it stay. But honestly, that's another video. But I just painted it. I don't care if it chips off because gold's going to show through. It's kind of, I didn't do full coverage, so it's fine. So now I'm taking my Type Bond Quick and Thick brand. I love it because it dries so fast and it seems to be really durable. Like I said, probably if you're going to put it on pots or put it outside, you might want to do an outdoor glue. I just like this stuff, and I don't care if I have to stick it back on. Now, if I was selling it, I would be like, I'm so sorry that fell off. But I've had good luck with it, but I can't guarantee it because it isn't outdoor glue. So I'm just using the letter. It's either Victoria or Harper. It'll be in the description box. And what I did was I had cues already made with the fast cast resin instead of the air-dry clay. And I just took some needle nose pliers or some clippers or something. I think I took bolt cutters and just cut the little cue thing off, and because I didn't want to make some more O's. And so I'm just brushing on some glue. You can do this with your finger. Now, you do have to be careful when you're doing a resin pour. If you didn't pour it high enough, it'll be concave, and then the glue, isn't thick enough to stick it on there. That's why I use hot glue a lot, because it'll fill in that concave and just stick on there good, but you can't do hot glue outside. So I'm spelling bloom, and as you see, I thought I was centering it, but I didn't spell it right. So then I had to take it off. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, look, see, I'm just seeing like, oh, that's not centered. So I kind of have to remove it. So if you don't want the textury look of the glue and the resistance it would make if you glazed over it or added another color, which I do that on purpose sometimes, then you would need to baby wipe that off or Lysol wipe it off. But I didn't care. I like it chippy and funky, and so I just left the glue on there from moving it to the right spot. Alrighty, so you're gonna see me brushing glue on the rest of the front of that board because I thought I might do a glazy technique or something, and then that would kind of crackle it and kind of make it look different. And then guess what? I forgot to do it, so it's just on there as chippiness, I guess. I didn't really notice it. So that's something you can do. You should try out that technique we used to do in the 80s. It was so fun, crackle paint. Okay, so this is one of the new release molds from Iron Orchid. I can't remember what it's called, but it'll be in the description box. I think it's Birds and Nest or something, and it is so cute. That nest, you should see the nest. I like how the Iron Orchid sisters will do a right and left orientation of the molds a lot of times. I really love that. So here I am just going ahead and putting some cornstarch in my trim mold. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 trim molds. I don't know which one this is. And I'm going ahead and using some air-dry clay because I needed to make something else. I love the air-dry clay for different reasons. It gets more cracky and vintagey looking. I will tell you, I thought I grabbed my Iron Orchid clay, which is artesian grade. It is smooth like butter. It is a dream to work with. This was awful, and I couldn't hardly get it flat. It was coming apart. It was just not good. So I don't use this stuff normally, except for like when I do jars and roll it out like pie crust and stick it on all rustic like that, and then I stamp my stamps in it to impress something. I don't like it for our molds. It's really bad. So if you want some really good clay, and it does crack less than a cheaper formula, so just know that. Now, what am I doing here? Oh, I put the trim mold on the end of it because, you know, it looks like a 2x4. So I'm trying to foo-foo it up. See? Now look at that. Look how good that looks. I love these molds. They can make IKEA furniture look like a piece of for real wood that's been embellished. It's just, I'm telling you, these molds are so fun. You can make bracelets with them. You can make jewelry with them. You can do so many things. Now, I made this work, but when I want the bird or something big to hang off over, you know, the thing I'm putting it on, resin pour is really better because it's stiff and it can do that easier. Because air dry clay, you might have to prop it up or do something special to get it to hang over like that, because it'll bend until it's dry. It takes 24 hours to dry. If you've never tried the fast cast resin, which I do sell that too, it is really good. I had it a year before I tried it because I was like, oh, I don't want to learn anything new. I don't know how to mix the chemicals. Honestly, I promise it is so worth it, but you'll want clay and fast cast resin. I like them both. So I'm just stippling that paint on those resin poured letters. The air dry clay, when it's not dry and we're doing workshops or you're just moving along quick, you can still paint it while it's wet, but just have a really light hand. You can't really stipple it and wax it until it's dry for 24 hours, but you can go ahead and paint it, and just don't push too hard or you'll mar the details in the image. Okay, another thing you can do to get into all those gorgeous details on these molds is take a mister bottle when you're painting, and it will just smear it and get it down in those grooves. Of course, the clay is wet, so again, you have to kind of be careful because it'll just make it wetter, but it can be done. Anybody out there see those benches with the heart cutouts from the 1980s? I had so many of those. Grab them because you can put a mold over the heart and update them. I had a customer, Susan, send me things she did with her boxes. Look at this little card. It's so cute. So I had to put it by my little paint palette. And the paint I sent her, the boxes I put it in, and then see those little butterflies out of our decoupage paper. And they're so cute. I wish I'd have picked it up and showed it all the way around because she hand painted some things on here. It's decoupage, but it is also some hand painted flowers, and I didn't really show that off. I wish I would have. Maybe I'll get another one of those sometime. All right, I am taking Salty Kiss and our new color in the DIY formula, Electrified. And I'm just kind of lightly dry brushing over just to give it some dimension and some interest. Look how good that looks. It almost looks chartreuse.
Now, just to brighten it up a little bit, I took a little bit of Cowgirl Coral and dry brushed that on there. And I ended up being kind of covered up because then I took our copper Pennies from Heaven. Oh my gosh, it was spectacular, and put it on everything, and it looked really good. Now I am sealing the whole thing with our big top and just getting all over there, going right over the copper Pennies from Heaven. And I did that on the chain as well. I didn't have a cute pot of flowers to hang on this. I don't like that black hook. It needed something smaller, but I just used what I had to get this picture done, but it turned out pretty cute. I just got that at the thrift store, put some queen bee on it because, again, it paints metal so good. Look how good this looks. This is cute. My husband was kind of proud, and he said, oh, I can make those super fast. And I was like, oh, don't make me anymore. Last thing I made is going to be a two-sided, one for spring, summer, and one for fall, little craft kit that I'm going to send out. I am close to being able to having a membership group with my YouTube. So if you're interested in me sending that out with all the products and a video to do this yourself at home, let me know.